name's Brad Mell, and I was the coordinator for today's event, and I am sort of the Greene County co-coordinator behind Kyle Theobald, who actually did the emceeing tonight and gave the speech prior to Dr. Paul. And our motivation for doing this is to try to turn out as many people at the caucus as possible, because people under 35 don't come to caucuses. If they all came to caucuses, Ron Paul would win every caucus state that there is. They come to the rallies, they come to the exciting events, but when it comes time to do what's a little bit uncomfortable, they don't show up. And we want them all to show up because we want them to win this county and win this state for Ron Paul. And we can. We have the numbers. If all 2,400 or 2,500 of these people show up next Saturday, we win this state hands down.
I'm Candy Young from Rogersville, Missouri.
And I believe you sang the national anthem, right?
Yes.
Tell me what that was like and how you ended up doing that.
It was awesome. One of the best experiences of my life. My friend was like, crossing one off the bucket list, huh? And I said, yeah. It was just really cool. My husband Ryan is friends with Brad, who is on the election committee, and saw a post on Facebook, so I emailed him a few sound clips, and they called me that night, and I was just so excited. It's a true blessing to get to do this.
Okay, do you consider yourself a Ron Paul supporter, or are you not so much?
I was kind of on the fence, but I really enjoyed his speech tonight. It was really insightful, and so I'm going to have to go home and do some research.
So you'd be a good kind of unbiased source. What sticks out at you initially, whether you support him or not, as being different from what you've heard in the past?
Probably his view of freedom. You know, people talk about freedom all the time, but he just really goes in and just gets straight to the point. Everybody else just kind of skips around the whole idea. And so that's really what I got out of tonight, was just his support of our freedoms and what that truly means.
Well, whenever you plan something like this, it's difficult to tell how many people you're going to have. We had about 500 people sign up on Facebook, and we were expecting somewhere between 1,000 and 2,500, and it ended up being 2,500, so we were very, very pleased. Very pleased.
That's awesome, to say the least, probably.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, if somebody's a Ron Paul supporter in Missouri, what is the one or two things you'd advise them to do to have the best outcome?
The best outcome is to make if you are a young person, I'll be honest, I'm a 43-year-old guy, but I stay up late on Friday night playing Call of Duty and drinking beer. And I generally do not get out of bed until about noon. And I will be at the caucus. The only thing you can do is find somebody that you trust and make a pact with them to actually get to the caucus. Bang on each other's doors, wake each other up. This can be done. It's just a Saturday afternoon to change everything, and it can be done. We can change the entire state and win it for Ron Paul, and in winning it for Ron Paul, change the media perception that exists of him not being able to win a state, even though he is winning and picking up a lot of delegates. We need this, and we can do this.
Okay, my name is Benjamin Brixey, and I work here kind of as a youth director, trying to get the campuses together here in Greene County. I've just been working for 6 months or more now to get Ron Paul here, and we got him here, and that was awesome. We're trying to get everyone to the caucus March 17th, which is, I believe we want everyone there at 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's in the Greene County. I think it's 8:30. They close the door at 10. I turned probably the first year Obama was in office, when he didn't pull our troops out of Iraq, like he said, when he was going to take it to the bank. That's just the first thing. Then I started waking up economically that the stuff he's doing is not going to help anybody. To take from one class is not going to help the other class. Just simple stuff like that.
So you seem pretty worked up. I can see you're sweating.
I just shook Ron Paul's hand.
Tell us what that was like.
Ron Paul was walking out the back door, and I got to run up and say, "Hey, wait, Ron Paul, wait, can I shake your hand?" Shook his hand and thinking, and it was awesome. I've been sweating all night, actually. I was working, trying to get the mock caucus ready, and really it's just all about getting people to the caucus and trying to get everything going. So,
what's the most important thing you think a supporter could do to give us the best turnout you could have?
At the caucus, or what they should do? I think the best thing a supporter could do is get his friends and family. That's the easiest thing to get first. It's hard to, when somebody's already a political person, it's hard to turn them, right then and there. But your easily, or especially if they're not political. If they are, it might be a little tougher, and it may take months, but hey, it's really getting your friends and family to the caucus, and that's all that matters for Ron Paul.
I think it was awesome. I've never been anything like this before, and it was wonderful, wonderful. And I believe in the rights of individuals. I believe that in liberty, and I believe that folks need to be independent and do things for themselves instead of waiting for the government to do it. I expect the government to be smaller, and I expect to be transparency. And I don't believe in wars, invading people just for the heck's sake of invading them and making excuses and calling other countries evil. What about us?
The wars, I think they should end. We're losing our civil liberties. Obama promised all these things. I voted for him, and he didn't come through. So I know Ron Paul will. He's got a record that proves it. So Ron Paul or nobody.